Okay. Summun Bonum. Easiest way to explain it. Well, glad you asked, Han, which I've been told to talk to. Because the face isn't listening. The Summun Bonum is the greatest good. Is it hurt virtue? Is it happiness? Is it connection with the divine? Pleasure? Is it unity with nature? Maybe. But what's better as the greatest good would be something that you could think of and defend with your intelligence. Now, people like to hit the political bandwagons. And what happens a lot of times when they hit the political bandwagons is that they like to gap around a lot and they imagine anyone who disagrees with me is an asshole. So, as someone I'm always thinking, where's your intellect? So, you're pissed off at me for disagreeing with you. Why? I don't know. I just think you're an asshole. I think you're my greatest enemy. I think you're the world. So, as you do these political bandwagon crap, do you even know the greatest good? That's what I ask. No, what's the greatest good? For one, I'm making this cringy video to explain it to you what the greatest good is. The greatest good, in my opinion, would be something that is unquestionably something of worth or value. That no matter what, the greatest good would be something that, from your justified truth belief, that means you have evidence for it. You can defend it in your any argument, and something that would truly benefit you. The greatest good would need these three requirements. Something that would give you or in terms of aesthetics, we'll take Vitruvius, one of the great architects of the ancient world. Great book, by the way, I recommend it. Even though it's not really talked a lot in philosophy, because this guy's an architect who actually influenced more of the art movements and stuff. He comes up with 3 different principles, which makes the perfect architecture. But he also compares them a lot to man, and from that you get what's called the Vitruvian man, when Da Vinci actually took this challenge and drew it out like a man who had the proportions to fit in a square and a circle. That was kind of funny because it did like that, and that looked more like a rectangle, a triangle or a diamond. And the 3 conditions of this would be: 1, that the thing or the architecture has beauty. 2, utility. And 3, durability. Now, taking it from the architecture, we're going to apply it to our own lives. Beauty. What does it mean to be beautiful or live beautifully? Well, we got to cultivate eloquence in our lives. There's many ways we can do this. I've covered it before. Utility, usefulness. Most morals are based off of being useful. I mean, the virtues such as being benevolent, kind, virtuous, itself, being self-disciplined. It's all about seeking utility. Also, the prudence. You discover this usefulness in life. You're useful to yourself. You're useful to others. You're useful to the higher purpose, by which can be defined either by the fact that it might be an essential purpose, or it could be an existential thing, depending on your medical or metaphysical views. Um, I won't cover essentialism versus existentialism yet, but anyway, you have the durability. Durability means that you can, if you have durability within your ethics, that means you can, in morals, that means you can have staying power. You can go further and further into things without actually doing things screwed up or hypocritical. Now, we aren't perfect, but through this principle of aesthetics, I would argue that the greatest good, the summum bonum, is the virtue of Sophrosyne, wise action. Or that's just a very small, literal interpretation that I got from a Greek friend of mine. But Sophrosyne being where you're pretty much where your emotions and your reason can perfectly fit together to create a state of near perfection when it comes to moral and ethical action. And why I think this is the greatest good? Because when you have Sophrosyne, I think it's when you have finally found your enlightenment, your awakening. You're a much better person than you were in the past. Ethics and morals become a lot easier on you. And your life is examined and worth living. And a lot of the ambiguity of life, because there's a lot of ambiguity in life, it's casted out. There you have it, the summum bonum, the greatest good. I will not finish the argument. Instead, please comment, have a discussion. What do you think is the summum bonum? Give me your arguments. Let's think together as a community. This is the game, Philosopher. And I'll let you talk to the hand because my face is not listening. I'm a he has had too much caffeine today. Sorry about this. Please like,